cornerstone of Canisius. Over the years, he's faced more shots than anyone in college hockey and transferred here to the University of Michigan for a reason, to have an opportunity to play for a national championship. And sometimes you have to be disciplined to do so and eat crow.
Off the face-off. Artem Levshunov, the talented freshman, shot it up over the net, but kept in by Michigan State. A drive from the point that gets redirected wide off the stick of Nash Nienhuis of Michigan State. Michigan trying to work it out. Nienhuis can't keep it in, and it's back to the Michigan State blue line and the captain, Nash Nienhuis.
Barczewski had to be sharp there on Sturback's Sinai wrister. And he's another player that I think can and will step it up in this game with Gucciardi out.
Stephen Holtz blocks the shot of Tiernan Shouty. Now back the other way. Stumbling Josh Ernestine goes down. Artem Levshunov gets a clear for Michigan State. And Marshall Warren fires it right back in.
One of the things Coach Dorado talked about was owning the neutral zone, building speed through the neutral zone to have success. And so far, the Wolverines are doing just that.
In the corner and looking for it.
We just saw some of that in the Boston College game, giving Quinnipiac, giving Boston College a power play that they were able to convert on.
Turnaround shot from the wall that doesn't get through off the stick of Isaac Howard. And now up top, Daniel Russell sends it down low. Howard tries to play it for Nash Nienhuis, a backhand for Carson Durwart.
Levshunov active here in this shift, trying to dart down the far side.
Frank Nazer the third. And the pass for Rutger McGroarty. It's taken away by Michigan State. And now here comes Daniel Russell, overskates the puck. And we have a
Wilson hoping they can continue that trend line, winning 4 in a row after taking a licking in the series opener. And that series opener did kind of skew the numbers a little bit. Michigan's power play was electric. 4 power play goals of the 7 they've scored in the series.
Rutger McGroarty at center, taken away. And losing on stick handling at center, Isaac Howard, played in by Michigan State.
This is maybe the most effective fourth line in all of college hockey. Kelly, Shouty, Munisto.
And that one comes out over the blue line and an offside call. Face-off win for the Spartans. Punched out of the zone by Carson Durwart. And now Durwart comes in offside for Michigan State. And they just give up the puck to Michigan. Tapped ahead by Rutger McGroarty. Jackson Sturback. Size pass. Orbits looking in front. Tries the short corner. And it got the shoulder of the keeper, Barczewski. Kept in Michigan State. And it got through to Jake Barczewski, who makes the save. And on that nifty stick work along the wall by Rutger McGroarty. Gavin Brindley brings it in. Spins in the corner. Cycles it for McGroarty behind the net. Tips it over to the wing. Moving down the boards.
Contact with the head there. Marshall's head clearly snaps around.
Face-off win for Michigan. Gavin Brindley up top. McGroarty on a one-timer off the skate of Patrick Geary, and a clear for the Spartans. 4-on-3 this power play. Here's McGroarty. Over to TJ Hughes. And his shot fought off by Trey Augustine, hit with a high stick and out of the zone.
Great play.
And Michigan jumping on it, and here comes Gavin Brindley. Puck movement for Michigan. His power play operates at 35% this year. Still a minute 15 of the man advantage, and a good read by Patrick Geary. Now Geary racing up by a shorthanded defenseman. Goes in deep, and he throws it from a tough angle, and squeezing it is Barczewski, and he leaves it for Rutger McGroarty. TJ Hughes gains the zone. Hughes, pass, down low, one-timer that trickles on through off the stick of Gavin Brindley. Along the wall and chipped out, and a clear by Tiernan Shouty for Michigan State.
Huge clear there for Shouty, so instrumental on this penalty kill. How about that rush by Patrick Geary, testing Barczewski at the angle as well.
For the matches period in the Big Ten champs, Michigan State, an early power play goal from Gavin O'Connell, and a 1-0 lead on their rivals Michigan. And they're meeting for the 343rd time. These two long-standing rivals, but the first time in the NCAA tournament. And the save by Trey Augustine.
couple of power plays for each group.
And as you'd expect in a rivalry game, emotions have been running high and fought off, and it hits the crossbar after the blocker of Trey Augustine as Tyler Duke launched one from the point. Duke plays it cross ice. Fanning on a shot. Stephen Holtz sends it to the corner. Turnaround shot from the wall by Rutger McGroarty for Michigan. Now Holtz in deep with a backhand. McGroarty centers. Gavin Brindley can't handle the pass. Brindley tries to dig it out. Brindley tied up by the stick of Daniel Russell.
How hard was Russell? But we have to just bring this in a touch, because that's the second time where he's been in a position where he could have been called for some sort of contact to the head.
Moving it out. Here comes Red Savage. Rink wide. Going wide. Driving the net from the angle. And the save by Barczewski as it pops up in the air behind the cage. As a shot from Gavin O'Connell, the goal scorer on the power play for Michigan State. Gavin Brindley.
Just an absolute unit out there. I mean, he is strong as can be. A year early here into the college ranks.
And he just turned 18 a few weeks ago.
I mean, he's just built. He will be a complete 200-foot player, not just going to provide offense, but...
Now Michigan State also missing a key guy on their blue line. David Gucciardi, who scored a goal in their win against Western Michigan on Friday, not available as he left the game and left the bench in the third period, did not return. But Levshov, who made that brilliant play on the rush in the final minute to help Michigan State get the tying goal as they beat the Broncos in overtime on a goal from Jeremy Davidson, the senior. Flipped in by Frank Nazer. 1 minute to go here in this first period.
Control our preparation, our attitude. We can also control our discipline. And you know, if I'm Coach Nightingale, I'm saying, hey guys, like, this is like playing with matches. Like, eventually we're going to get burned here. This is a bad choice.
Getting the #1 power play unit in college hockey. Michigan at 35% on the power play. At the line, Jacob Truscott throws it on net, steered aside by Trey Augustine. On a backhand, but not a clear. Prescott across. Here's McGroarty, and looking for a tip in front, gets redirected wide. Gavin Brindley across ice, and a diving, lunging play. Tiernan Shouty shorthanded for Michigan State. Throws it on net, fought off by Barczewski.
Dorward's doing right now for the Spartans. Power play for Michigan here for another minute and a half.
So power play to open up the second, and a clear for Michigan State. Still a minute 20 left in the man advantage. Jacob Truscott drops it for Gavin Brindley. Cut through center and trying to backhand pass to the wing, and it goes off his teammate Dylan Duke.
He wasn't even moving.
He was anchored to the blue line, fired in from center by Jacob Truscott, and it just squeezes over the blue line, and Michigan can't set up the power play. Still 50 seconds to go in the man advantage. Here's Truscott, the captain, and trying to drop it, and misses his target in Gavin Brindley.
Just this power play is in disarray compared to what I've seen at other points of the season.
Rimmed around by Maxim Sturback. And now Michigan State will bring it up ice with Red Savage. He plays it in deep. 25 seconds left in the power play. TJ Hughes for the Wolverines.
Break the other team out, and if you've got an odd man rush, if it goes the other way, guess who's going to have an odd man rush? Your opposition. Shoot into the near side or 5-hole. Much more cautious, conservative way to go about it.
Michigan State now offside. A good play
Up this season.
I don't think there's that urgency to try to get back, just because, you know, let's get him healthy.
I get it. I'm still a pro.
Love down by Red Savage. Now Ethan Edwards for Michigan. Fantilli ahead. McGroarty. Artem Levshov moves in for Michigan State. And the young defenseman. Moved along. Here is jumping in from the point, Levshov. At the point, it's O'Connell, the goal scorer. And through traffic, it goes high and wide. Tipped ahead by Nash Nienhuis, but then taken away. Luca Fantilli for Michigan. And Artem Levshov with the big hit in the neutral zone. And it's fired in by Gavin Brindley for the Wolverines.
Fluttering puck that was a great job to even get it on net. Great goal by Ethan Edwards.
Third of the season for Edwards, who hammered that one home. And we're 1-1 early in the second. Here come the Wolverines again. McGroarty down low. Loose in front, and it stays out. Chance again. Blocked from Marshall Warren. And picked up by Michigan State. Spartans are scrambling in their own end right now. Saved by Augustine to the corner. Gavin Brindley takes a rough ride in the corner. Here comes Michigan State countering. Tommy Ministo. Tried to leave it for Kelly. Lechnoff high and wide from the slot.
Ernest, he did a nice job dropping back as a winger to cover Lechnoff's shot. I think he tipped it up over Barczewski.
It's picked up here in Maryland Heights. Gavin O'Connell. And his jump in was blocked. Gavin Brindley kicked it out of the zone. Now loose and
most talented and youngest players in all of college hockey, Macklin Celebrini, who was so good in that game against Minnesota. What a spin around pass that he converted on.
Shot from the high slot, high and wide from Ethan Edwards, who has the goal for Michigan. Now shorthanded, moving up ice, and a shot from distance, saved and holding on. Michigan 0 for 3 so far in the power play tonight. And the #1 power play unit in college hockey. Leaving it for Gavin Brindley through center. Brindley into the zone. Here is Edwards at the line. Setting it up. McGroarty. And a shot from the slot and a save by Augustine and a clear for the Spartans.
Great settingly. It goes high, low, and then right into the slot. Great save by Augustine.
Gavin Brindley brings it in. Ethan Edwards at the line, over to TJ Hughes. Keeping it on the outside. McGroarty. And at the doorstep, LaPointe. Off the bench. Toe drag from the dot, and a shot that goes wide. Frank Nazer the third. And the Wolverines putting pressure on. A shot from Holtz gets blocked in front by Matt Basgall. Frank Nazer tries to move it around. Nicholas Mueller lost an edge. Tyler Duke across. Stephen Holtz goes down to the corner. And Fensman jumping down low and can't find the puck. And now Michigan jumps on it with McGroarty. And it pops over the line and out of the zone. And going back to play at Frank Nazer for Michigan. And taken away by Davidson with the overtime winner for Michigan State here on Friday. Inside 8:50 to go in the second. Michigan State a first period power play goal from Gavin O'Connell. The equalizer here in the second from Ethan Edwards of Michigan. Jockeying for the puck.
Barczewski's had to be the sharpest he's been all day long in the last couple of minutes.
Face-off win for the Spartans. Matt Basgall.
So look how high Shifsky is. Just taking that shot away over there.
One-timer down low, kicked aside by Barczewski off of Daniel Russell. Howard, and another save, Barczewski. And now a clear as Jacob Truscott sends it the length of the ice.
Puck, it's 4x6 empty net.
Now countering Brindley for Michigan. Gavin Brindley on a backhand toward the slot, pass broken up. And now pops out of the zone, up the wing. Here comes Gavin O'Connell for Michigan State. O'Connell trying to drive the net, and he gets hauled down by Warren.
Just a good old-fashioned battle right there, very clean.
Moving in for the point is Lechnoff. Lays it into the corner for O'Connell. Artem Lechnoff jumping down low.
Right now the Wolverine defense needs a change.
And this is the long change period, the second period. Frank Nazer. Now they get the change behind the play. McGroarty a shot. And a cover up by Augustine.
Just hammers on Ministo.
Fired in from center. Mark a stop of Michigan. 1:45 to go in the second. From center. Here's Lebster for the Spartans. Lebster. And a riser that goes high and wide, but held in at the left point. Laid down low by Patrick Geary. And floated out by Michigan. And out to center. Gavin Brindley, a shot from outside, and that one goes wide of the cage. Bouncing puck to the Michigan blue line. Loose puck at center. Jeremy Davidson leads it for Mueller into the zone. Mueller takes a hit along the wall from TJ Hughes, and an exit for Michigan and sent right back in by Matt Basgall of Michigan State. And part of it also is the whistle came so late.
Yeah. So 2 periods in a row. Michigan will have a power play to close out a period and potentially open one.
One-timer and a save by Augustine. And the chance from Dylan Duke. Michigan is 0 for 4 in the power play so far.
And again, that pop-out play being run.
Ethan Edwards leaves it for Gavin Brindley with speed through center.
He makes that look so easy as he just dices his way through.
It's great edge work that he's got. Brindley down low for Hughes. Inside 20 seconds. Pass across. McGorty from the dot. And a backhand loose. Trying to jam it in. And no, it does not go in.
How about the official right on top of that as somebody was just doing everything they could to shovel that puck into the left of Augustine.
Here comes Edwards. And a big collision at the blue line. That'll take.
Is the one that I would anticipate they try to take advantage of on one side. It's Brindley. As a right-hander, the opposite side is Duke.
Ethan Edwards through center. And again, the most lethal power play in college hockey, and a clear for Michigan State. But the Wolverines without their key quarterback on the power play. As Seamus Casey not available tonight after being injured on Friday. Gavin Brindley into the zone. Laid over to the left wing corner. TJ Hughes behind the net. McGorty moves in and a shot looking for a tip. And it's covered by Augustine and right on the door. Face-off win for Michigan. Spartans can't clear. Gavin Brindley along the wall. Moves it down the wing. Brindley on the half boards. Edwards a one-timer. It's kicked out by Augustine and it just goes wide from Dylan Duke on the rebound. Kept in by Michigan. Duke in the corner. Knocked away by Nash Nienhuis. Penalty about to expire. And out of the box is Artem Levshna for Michigan State. The young defenseman. Moving it up ice for Michigan State. Reed Lepster into the zone. Slams on the brakes. Waiting for help. Plays into the opposite corner. Patrick Geary in deep. Shoveled along by Reed Lepster. Ethan Edwards over to Marcus Stoppin. Michigan exits, and now McGorty into the zone. And against the freshman phenom, Juju Watkins and USC. The last 2 spots in the women's Final Four are on the line. The last spot in the Frozen Four will be decided here. From the wing, and a shot and a save off Isaac Howard. The blocker from Jake Barczewski. Glove down and cutting through center. Frank Nazer for Michigan. Trying to lead it. McGorty.
It was something we saw in Friday's game. All of a sudden, Coach Naranjo would change the lines. He'd put Brindley, McGorty, and Nazer together. And something he told me yesterday was, look, I just figured in that third period, if we're going to go down, we're going to go down with our aces out there. And he's put that group back together.
And they had a strong third period. 3 goals to come back and win against North Dakota on Friday. Michigan State also had to rally in it from a deficit in the third. And they beat Western Michigan in overtime when Jeremy Davidson had the winner. Augustine steers it off to the corner.
Nets is 4th of the year and none bigger than that.
So the assists go to Jacob Truscott and Garrett Shifsky at 6:29. 2-1 Michigan. Going wide, driving the net. And a puck that pinballs over the corners. Reed Lepster attacking for the Spartans.
Yeah, brave effort here. They're cutting in across that goal crease, forcing the issue with the defense. Too often players pivot and go behind the net. They want to avoid that contact.
Davidson stings one wide. But the winner will get Boston College. Moves toward the slot, and now Frank Nazer moving it out for Michigan. McGorty on the wing, 2-on-1, shot and a save by Augustine, and he just slams it in. Matt Basgold for Michigan State. Banks it, looking for the long headman pass that gets tipped into the zone by Red Savage.
Yeah, big tip there just to get the defense off for the Spartans.
Rink wide. Into the zone, and a nice hit by Maxim Sturbat. Taking out Frank Nazer, who was at the end of a shift. Cross. Marshall Warren right now has the go-ahead goal for Michigan.
Oh, my.
And a huge hit delivered by... Right up in the corner. Trying to get it in front by himself. Score! Either it was bouncing.
Oh, it was, yeah, very much so. And it's hard for goalies, though, when that puck is rolling, you don't know where it's going to go. It's like a knuckleball.
Nicholas Mueller dumps it in. Inside 8:45 now in a 2-2 game. Frank Nazer with speed. Cuts to the middle. Goes to Brindley on the wing. Back to the point and unable to handle the pass, and it's down toward the Michigan end of the ice as Marshall Warren chases after it. Carson Dorwart. Turnaround shot that just pushed wide by Jake Barczewski. Lebster for the Spartans. And a one-timer from the line and held on. 3 goals this weekend for Dylan Duke and a 3-2 lead for the Wolverines. Now Frank Nazer drives in. Between the legs. Score! Gavin Brindley and a 2-goal lead for the Wolverines. By Luca Fantilli. McGorty behind the net. Now hold to the point, tipped wide by Brindley. And a 2-goal lead for Michigan inside 5:40. Tyler Duke going back to get it for Michigan. In no hurry behind his own net. Now moving up. Banks it. And it comes all the way down. That'll be an icing call against
Away was not available. Unbelievable skill and creativity, as well as some confidence.
Goes the length of the ice, and another icing call against Michigan. Taken by the Blue Jackets in the second round last year.
He was so good last year in the NCAA tournament. It almost like was a joke that he was a second rounder. I'm like, this guy is unbelievable.
He also had a great performance at the World Juniors for Team USA, where he's voted the top American player.
Barczewski, it is going to be survival of the fittest.
Face-off win for Red Savage. Plays it in low for the Spartans. Ethan Edwards plays it around. On the boards, Michigan State, a turnover, but kept in. Punched along. Savage, a turnaround shot that hits a body and goes up. 4 will be decided. Last spot in the Frozen Four will be decided here. And Michigan's able to get it out of the zone toward the empty net. Hits off the side of the net. And Artem Levshnov back there for Michigan State. Levshnov ahead and tipped into the zone by Nicholas Mueller. No, he missed it, didn't he? And now a power play for Michigan with a 2-goal lead. Edwards across, one-timer, score! Gavin Brindley, a 2-goal